Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we are going to present on an intriguing topic, which is vampire bats. We hope you'll find this subject as fascinating as we do. Please keep your ears open as we explore the world of these unique creatures. This presentation is brought to you by myself, Aleeya Nur Balqis, along with my group members Zulaikha Sorfiena, Nur Aina Arisya, Nurunnajah, Puteri Humaira, and Marsha Irdina.
Now let's move on to the introduction part. The vampire bat is a unique species of bat known for feeding exclusively on blood, a diet called hematophagy. Native to the Americas, vampire bats primarily live in Mexico, Central America, and South America. There are three species: the common vampire bat, the hairy-legged vampire bat, and the white-winged vampire bat. These bats are highly specialized, using heat sensors to locate blood vessels and sharp teeth to make a small incision, from which they lap up blood with their tongues. Most commonly, they feed on livestock like cattle and horses. Although wild animals are also prey, despite their reputation, vampire bats consume only a small amount of blood and typically do not harm their host significantly. Ecologically, they play a role in nutrient distribution through their droppings and helping control livestock populations indirectly. However, they are also vectors for diseases like rabies, which can impact livestock and occasionally humans.
Next, we are going to talk about the taxonomy classification of vampire bats. For the domain, they are classified as eukarya because they have cells with a nucleus. Vampire bats are animals, so they belong to the Animalia kingdom, meaning they are multicellular organisms that depend on other organisms for food. For the phylum, they belong to Chordata because they have a spinal cord and a vertebral column. In addition, they share the same class, Mammalia, as humans. Vampire bats are warm-blooded, have hair, and feed their young with milk. Their order is Chiroptera, as they are capable of sustained flight just like other mammals in this group. For the family, they belong to Phylostomidae because they are part of a group of bats that have specialized features such as a large variety of feeding habits, including blood feeding. The genus of vampire bats is Desmodus, which is well known for hematophagy, blood feeding. The species is Desmodus rotundus, and this species specializes in feeding on the blood of mammals.
Next is the characteristic of vampire bats. Vampire bats are sanguivorous organisms that feed upon the blood of other animals. They are the only mammals that feed exclusively on blood. The saliva of the vampire bat contains an anticoagulant which keeps the blood vessel from contracting. Known as draculin, the anticoagulant keeps the wound bleeding freely for up to 30 minutes. The anticoagulant in vampire bats is 20 times stronger than any other non-clotting agent. A normal wound the size of a vampire bat bite will usually cease bleeding in 1 to 2 minutes. Vampire bats are also known to regurgitate ingested blood for mutual feeding purpose. This may serve as a mechanism of transmission alongside potential delivery of virus through allogramming, biting, licking, or inhalation of virus. Vampire bats have a unique digestive system that's specifically adapted to their blood-based diet. Because blood has a lot of water and a limited amount of essential nutrients, the bat needs to quickly absorb these nutrients to meet its energy needs. Vampire bats have fast digestion and quick absorption of blood nutrients. Once a vampire bat ingests blood, it starts digesting it almost immediately. Its stomach is specially adapted to rapidly filter out the water content, which it quickly excretes as dilute urine. The bat digestive system is also optimized to absorb the protein and other nutrients in blood very efficiently. Since blood is low in carbohydrate and fats, the bat needs to make the most out of the protein it consumes to sustain its energy levels. The nutrients are quickly absorbed through specialized cells in its intestine, providing the bat with a fast energy boost that it needs for survival. This rapid digestion and nutrients absorption allow vampire bats to feed on large animals, such as cattle, without needing to consume large quantities. It is a survival strategy that minimizes their time spent feeding, reducing their risk of detection by the prey. Vampire bats have specialized scanning and incisor teeth that allow removal of a piece of skin from prey in a single bite, exposing the subcutaneous tissue from which they lick the flowing blood of the host. The teeth slice into the flesh, making a 0.12-inch incision that is evidently rather painless, as the sleeping victim seldom awakens.
Moving on to the last part, which is the ecological importance. First of all, vampire bats are important in disease transmission. As we already know, vampire bats are significant factors for rabies, a virus that can spread to livestock, wildlife, and even humans. The transmission occurs when bats feed on the blood of multiple animals. This will allow the virus to pass between species. This will later lead to livestock mortality and will affect the economy and the livelihood of communities, especially that depends on farming. Next one is the nutrient distribution of vampire bats. Just like other bats, vampire bats produce nutrient-rich guano, which is a mixture of feces and urine. While they primarily consume blood, their waste still contributes essential nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus to cave environments and forests. This is helping in sustaining the cave ecosystem and forest biodiversity, including some species of insects and fungi. And lastly, population control. Vampire bats blood feeding of livestock, wild animals, and human helps in controlling the population and distribution of other species. At the same time, preventing overgrazing in certain areas and maintain vegetation health and diversity.
In conclusion, vampire bats are truly unique creatures classified under the family Philostomidae and are distinguished by their specialized characteristics. Beyond their fascinating adaptations, they also play an essential role in the ecosystem, helping to regulate population, distribute nutrients, and maintain diversity. That's all from us. Thank you.